Hi, I'm Stuart from the Norfolk Honey Company and welcome to another Beekeeping Basics. Today we're going to take a look at moving some hives and how you should strap them up. And we've got two different types of strap. This orange one, which is a standard strap, and this green one, which is a ratchet strap. So that's coming up. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, you're very welcome. We're just about to get into spring. I think I've said that several times now, but we are almost there. And so please do consider subscribing. And we're here today, the sun is shining, it's quite warm, but there's still a chilly breeze in the air. So we're not going to do any inspecting, but we are going to prepare some hives ready to move them to some oilseed rape. And we've done a video earlier showing how we prepared the ground. So we've got two straps. One is this orange strap, which I think is called a standard strap, and these we purchased from a company called Thorns, and this is just a standard ratchet strap which you can get from pretty much any DIY or hardware store. So we'll show you how to use both of these and prepare your hives ready to move them so that they're nice and safe and secure, and so that they don't slip off the floors and they're nice and secure when you move them. Just quickly, thank you to all of our supporters on our Patron website. That's patron.com/Norfolk Honey. If you haven't seen it, it's a site that you can go to where you can support me in making these videos, and I'll put all of the links down in the description below. Okay, so we're about to move some of these hives away to another site, and it's really important that you take your time and get the hives nice and secure before you move them. So I'm going to be moving these in a couple of days' time, and so I've come over today to prepare them and get them strapped up and ready to go. I'm not going to do any inspecting. I am going to be moving the hives around a little bit. So it's important that when you're doing this, that you do get your suit on and you have your hood ready, that you have a smoker lit and ready to go, that you have a hive tool in case you need to lift anything up and just get underneath the hive, and then the straps. So what we'll do is we'll strap one of the hives up first with the orange strap, and then we'll go on to another hive and strap that up with the green ratchet strap. So before we strap them up, another consideration is the time of year that you're moving them and the conditions that you're going to move them in. If it's warm and the sun's shining and you're moving them over a long distance, then you'll really want to use a travel screen to put on top of the brood box to make sure they have sufficient ventilation. So we're not going to be moving them any real distance, just a few miles down the road, and it's going to be early in the morning, so they're not going to overheat. If we were moving them a longer distance, maybe overnight in the summer, then we'd definitely use a travel screen. The other thing to mention is that we would use two straps, so we double up on the straps, and I'll show you how we would do that, but because we're only moving a short distance, we're just going to use the one strap. So typically I picked a day when somebody had decided they were going to cut down a tree and chop it into logs, so in the background there's lots of chainsaw noise at the moment. However, what I'm doing here is just setting out the straps so that you keep them parallel rather than taking them across, so they don't twist. So when you pick up the hive, it doesn't sit and twist badly, so don't cross the straps. So here you can see that I'm lifting the rear of the floor off the stand. I don't want to strap the hive to the stand, so I'm carrying it separately. So we feed the strap under the floor, keeping it as central as possible and making sure that you don't twist the strap as you push it through. And then the top of the strap, the actual mechanism itself, is steel, and so you feed the nylon strap through the bottom of the S section on the steel strap itself, and then that acts as a fulcrum and pulls over and tightens the nylon strap down onto the hive and pulls everything tight. And if you just take your time and adjust the strap so that when you fold it over, it pulls the strapping in nice and tightly, you'll find that it will hold it really securely and keep it all nicely together. And once you've done that, you just feed the nylon strap through the metal mechanism, and that holds everything nicely in place. So here's another view of me actually strapping the nylon strap through the steel mechanism, and you can see that it's a little bit tight there, so I'm just loosening it off, and then you just pull it down and you'll feel it tighten down, and then you can just feed the nylon strapping through the gap at the top of the strap mechanism. So you can see here that the roof is a little bit loose, so I'm going to undo it and just tighten it up a little bit more, and that will pull it in nice and tightly and keep everything secure. And one strap on short distances works perfectly fine for me. If you feel you need to use two straps, then by all means just keep them parallel and use a double strap. And you can see that this is quite tight, and I'm pulling it down, just checking that the strap isn't twisted. And then finally I get it down nice and tightly and feed the nylon strapping through the locking mechanism, and then everything's tightened down and ready to go. And then it's just a case of coiling up the remaining nylon strapping and putting that out of the way so you don't trip over it, and everything's secure and nice and safe. So I didn't really know when Mr. Chainsaw Man was going to start up again, so I didn't do any talking while I was fixing the ratchet strap on, but it's exactly the same principle. The strap goes above the stand and underneath the floor, and then I just make sure that the metal link is about halfway up the side of the brood box, so that when I pull the second link across the top and secure it, that it all fits together. Now I'm just going around to the other side of the hive just to feed the strap through and make sure that it's central. And the bees are perfectly fine with this, there's no fuss and no bother. I'm just making sure that the strap is kept nice and straight and that there's no twists and kinks in it. And then we hook up the two S connectors and then just pull the slack through from the other side, and that's just a case of lifting the hive slightly. And then just using the ratchet to tighten everything down and secure the roof down onto the brood box, and then that's all nice and tight and can be lifted quite easily. And finally just winding up the nylon strapping again to make sure that I'm not going to trip over that. So we've strapped a few of the colonies together, ready to be moved. You'll have noticed that we strapped them beneath the floor but not including the stand, because we want to be able to take them off the stand. We don't want to be lifting them up and then find that we've strapped the whole thing together, and in the back of the pickup we're going to have quite a high stash of bees. So always remember to go under the floor but not under the stand. Okay, so that's it for this site. I'm going to head off to another site now and just strap up some more bees ready to move, and the next time you'll see me is here at this site loading up and taking some of the bees over to the new apiary that's on the edge of the oilseed rape. I hope you found that interesting. Please do hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to share on social media, and we'll catch up next time. Thanks for watching.